Okay, yeah, I can do that while we're streaming. And hey guys, it's your Wagon here, and today we're going to be doing yet another live stream with Astral Assassin.
Hello.
It always opens with a meme. Impressive. Absolutely amazing. But today we're going to be doing a couple topics. This is going to be more movie central stuff and game central stuff, I guess. More some movie news and stuff to do with the future of different cinematic universes and stuff. I may not be able to send the list to you what we're talking about through the Skype chat because my computer is being racist to me right now.
Alright.
Yeah, but other than that, the first topic for movies you probably won't know much about, but it's going to be the future of Star Trek movies. You don't, like the reboot. You haven't seen the reboot yet, have you?
I haven't even seen any Star Trek related things apart from some pretty bad video games.
128 video games and still going strong Star Trek games. That's impressive. But Chris Hemsworth's in talk for a movie for him for Captain Kirk's dad solo movie, which he was in talks with J.J. Abrams a couple months ago now. I don't know if it's going to be in production or anything yet, but obviously there's going to make a movie with that, and I could see that working. But then if they're going to remaster Captain Picard and stuff, that could work, I guess.
Yeah, why not? Maybe they could cast Liam Neeson or something. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I mean, or they can get cameos from like Patrick Stewart. He's still doing movies and stuff, so they can get like Patrick. Okay, you can get Patrick Stewart to reprise his role as Picard in it, if they really wanted, which would be interesting. I still want to see another movie for it because the actor of Spock wants. I don't know what his name is that off the top of my head, but he wants to make another Star Trek sequel. So we've got Trek Beyond and Darkness right now. You should definitely watch Darkness. That's definitely my favorite, based off the Wrath of Khan.
I just haven't seen any Star Trek stuff, so you know.
Well, they're pretty good actually. I mean, some of them have pretty cringy moments in them and stuff. It made Chris Pine famous and pretty much made Steve Trevor in the Wonder Woman movie. But other than that, so Star Wars as well. The future of that. You have lots of ideas for that.
Well, yeah, I've kind of stolen them off another YouTuber, but you know.
Amazing.
Like, General Grievous movie would be great.
Well, I could see that working, like an Admiral Thrawn movie would be alright as well. Like, not what Rebels have done with him. They've made him. I don't like Rebels, to be completely honest. I hate Rebels. But if they did something like the original Thrawn made General Grievous into what Thrawn was originally, like an expert commander and stuff, and easily took out rebel fleets. That would be interesting, and have like epic lightsaber battles with like Shaak Ti or Leia Secure or something. I could see that working.
Yeah, I would also like to see a Darth Maul movie because the prequels weren't exactly the best, especially Phantom Menace. But if there's one good thing that came out of them, it was the Darth Maul. It was really good.
Obviously, he was supposed to be one of the strongest Sith Lords because he mastered pretty much every single lightsaber style. So I guess a backstory to him could be interesting.
Yeah, they could do it because in the Star Wars Clone Wars series, they did have him for a time.
Yeah. So if they do like prequels to that, so we've got the sequel pretty much in the Clone Wars series. We've got the middle range of his life in the Phantom Menace. Then we could get like a prequel because that would also expand on the Palpatine's role as well inside the Star Wars universe because Disney's pretty much scrapped all the canon for it, which is annoying. But
maybe you could have like a movie on like him and his brother, like how he met his brother and stuff.
Oh yeah, that'd be interesting. And you could also more elaborate on Dathomir and him getting like taken from his home or something like that. That could be interesting. But
yes, definitely.
Because the Emperor's not, he's not gonna be like, Darth Maul, just come with me. He would have had some force manipulation going on in poor Maulsy's head, going on there. So it'd be interesting, and it would also elaborate to get the more of the sinister feeling from the Emperor. Because right now in the canon universes, he's sort of sinister, but not really.
He has his good. He's got like his sinister moments, but then you got like his goofy ones.
Yeah, and if you just make a Darth Maul movie,
Unlimited power.
Yeah, do it.
Do it. And then in the originals, it was pretty sinister.
Yeah, in the Clone Wars, they elaborated on his role a lot. The one thing I have with the Emperor in the Clone Wars, though, he's fighting Obi-Wan and Anakin in one of the Clone Wars episodes, and he has the hood over his face the whole time. It doesn't move.
He does the same thing when he faces Darth Maul and his brother.
Yeah, I know. It's just why. The Savage Press could actually be interesting coming into it. Have his own solo movie because he was probably one of my favorite characters in the Clone Wars, up with Embo. Did you watch the Clone Wars when it was on?
I watched a few of the seasons, or like some of the episodes,
Okay.
but I can't remember too much about it.
Yeah, well, there was a couple of I know the episode where Asajj Ventress went back to death at Dathomir, and was like, "Sup, my brothers? Do you want to train to become Sith Lord Epic Apprentice theme?" And then Savage Press pretty much annihilated everyone in there. He tried to save his friend though, but then he had to kill him, or Ventress killed him, or something like that. I can't really remember the episode too well, but something like that happened. Then he went on like that. So it'd be interesting to have just a full Dathomir movie about the central, like the culture and stuff, because it's not really explored much in the canon, which would be interesting to see actually.
Yeah, I actually think maybe they should explore stuff on the Genosians.
Oh yeah, that'd actually be interesting because they did a little bit in the Clone Wars with the zombie Geonosians, but they didn't really expand on the Queen or Poggle the Lesser.
I mean, and they barely did anything with them in the movies.
Yeah, which they would be actually heavily interesting because they're actually what we've seen of them at the moment is they're extremely quite interesting race. I don't think a whole movie, but maybe a main enemy for the movie, not like the Attack of the Clones. That was the main enemy at the end, like all the way through the movie, or have about half the movie centered on what they're doing, the plans and everything they're conducting. Because maybe a whole movie might just be a bit too much for it, but I don't know. Maybe
have them like a major plot.
Yeah, you could have like a clone movie or something. And then put like clone Geonosian battle, like just after the Battle of Geonosis, or like the clones get disbanded from their group or something like that, and then have to fight Geonosians, and the Geonosians all plan and stuff. That'd be interesting.
Oh yes, another thing I just thought of. That reminded me of when you said clones. You reminded me. How did Jango Fett get decided to become like the, cloned person, the person they're basing him off of?
I'm assuming it was because he was the best bounty hunter in the galaxy, and he was willing, and he was.
They could give a movie like a prequel for him, how he became this bounty hunter.
Yeah, that's true. That would be interesting. Pretty much all the bounty hunters they could do something with. Like they could do something with, especially with Boba Fett and stuff. Well, I mean, it is still in continuity how he tried to because of the Clone Wars and the I read a prequel book that's out of continuity now, but it's about Boba Fett trying to go into the Jedi Temple and killing Mace Windu. That would be interesting to get a movie on, and same with and then if we do that, we can have Jango Fett thing, and then I don't know. And yeah, that'd be interesting. Because both the whole Fett families, that rhymes, but is quite interesting.
Well, I only know two members, which is Jango and Boba.
Yeah, then there's the other Mandalorians, the Death Watch movie. That would be interesting, and a bit more on the Darksaber and stuff would be quite interesting. Because I know the Old Republic bases a bit on the Darksaber, but not much. So that would be interesting to sort of get in concrete origins for it, especially with the because it looks cool, the Darksaber and everything, but it'd be cool if we could just get a little bit like how it was made on who had it originally and stuff would be a bit more interesting. This probably exists, what I'm talking about, but I just don't know at all.
Oh, that just reminded me of something else. You know how like Yoda, even in the prequels, is like regarded as like the master.
Yeah.
Maybe they could do like a prequel movie on how he got to that point of how he became so one with the Force.
Oh yeah, well he's about 700 or 900 years old or 800 or however old he is in the prequels.
He dies when he was about 900.
Yeah, so it'd be interesting to see how he would actually. Yeah, that'd be interesting.
Like, he was training Jedi since he was 100 years old.
Yeah, and then he's the race of him and Yaddle, which is the female version of Yoda that's always on the Jedi Council. Nothing's been confirmed what race they are, or pretty much he's all shrouded in mystery. So it'd be interesting.
All the members of the council could probably do with like some kind of story.
Yeah, well, what's his name? Samuel L. Jackson wants to appear in the new Star Wars movie, so give him a shot at another one. It'd be interesting to see what they could do with Mace Windu, because Mace Windu was probably my favorite character in the prequels on the Jedi Council. He was just beast.
Yes. Yoda was just kind of I don't know really how to feel about Yoda in the prequels.
Yeah.
Because he went in the original, like in 4, 5, 6, he was like this really calm, collected, one with the Force master. Then the prequels, he was that still, but like I don't know how I feel about like his lightsaber battles and stuff. Yeah.
Well, I just typed up what about the Darksaber just then. Nothing's been confirmed or nothing about it. It was just kept it was just ancient and powerful and was kept in the Jedi Temple, and it got stolen by Pre Vizsla and the Mandalorian. So it'd be interesting to more elaboration on that.
I just noticed something about Yoda. Yeah, there's just no idea what race he is.
Yeah, it's because I've got the Clone Wars Encyclopedia just next to me right now, and there's nothing to do with Yoda or nothing. Cad Bane, that'd be interesting to actually have a movie on Cad Bane as well.
Oh yeah, I remember Cad Bane. Yeah, I remember him.
I always completely forget about Cad Bane when I think of bounty hunters. I don't know why. He just didn't really seem that memorable to me. This is probably going to get some rage from him, but
He was awesome. He was he was kind of like a different style of Boba Fett.
Yeah, every time he was in a Clone Wars episode, I was like, yes, one of these episodes again. The story arc I didn't really like in the Clone Wars though was pretty much just this droid-centered episodes, because they sort of got drawn out, and then by the end of that's become one of my favorite story arcs because of the ending of that, and they find this like old grizzled one of the first original clone troopers, and he's just there and he just annihilates an entire squadron of separatists, then he gets killed, which is sad, but it's a good wrap up to the droid story arc. That's pretty I don't know why I brought this up, but it's just a really good story arc, that is. They could do something like that in the movies, or like a subplot for it, because they did it a little bit in New Hope with the droid plans and stuff. Well, Star Wars was originally supposed to just be about R2-D2 and C-3PO. That's why in the script and the movie, you see it's this pretty much the whole quarter of the movie is based on R2-D2 and C-3PO at the start. It'd also be interesting to get a Suji Gan. Do you know who Suji Gan is?
No.
We have there's the bounty hunter with the rifle that has the small horns on her head and the tattoos on her face. Pale skin and white tattoos, yeah. Then there's the Ambo with the guy with the disc on his head, practically. This is a good way to sum him up. Then there's Serpius, which is practically the droid that inside the suit of armor is a small little thing, alien thing. I don't know what it's correctly called, but something like that. But then there's one or two more other members I can't think off the top of my head. This is annoying me who they are now. There's a couple others, but that would be interesting to get like an origin, how they come together or something like that. Or just more of an impact on Boba Fett and how he got some of his dents in his armor and stuff. That'll also be interesting, because it was originally going to be said how he got the dent in his helmet for the original Clone Wars, and then it got cut, because good job Disney, you ruined Star Wars canon. Well, not ruined it. They still have some good parts, but some parts are just leave it, Disney.
Yeah, it's just like, well, it's Disney, and I can blame two people for Star Wars, you know.
Yeah.
Disney for ruining Law and George Lucas for making the prequels.
Yeah, it's actually a good point. Well, George Lucas was originally supposed to make 9 movies. He didn't want to make the next 3 movies, the Force Awakens, etc. So he just gave it to Disney, which is a bit sad, honestly. Not in a good way either. It's just why George Lucas, he sort of let a lot of people down when he did that. And Disney's, I mean, I liked Rogue One. The ending was genius and everything, but the story and stuff I thought was sort of irrelevant, and it caused the more continuity errors and stuff with what they said in New Hope than what was good for the movie.
I haven't seen Rogue One, so I can't comment on that.
Yeah, but it triggers me. It triggers me a lot. Also with the Force Awakens, I did like though, and that was a nice wrap up of some really classic characters and stuff, and bringing them back into who they are and stuff, which is nice. And then Harrison Ford finally got his dream. Spoiler alert if you haven't already seen. I'm assuming everyone has though. Got his Han Solo killed off. He's not saying if he's gonna get Han Solo's coming back or nothing though. If he's gonna play Han Solo again, so he could or he could not. So it's up in the air. Like he could come back as a Force ghost or something like that, which then would explain why he was able to use the lightsaber to some degree in the Empire Strikes Back. And that would also explain why Kylo Ren has quite a strong Force ability in The Force Awakens if both of his parents are Jedi or have some Force inheritance in them.
Yeah, it's just like...
I want a Snow Solo movie. Just him sitting on a chair, eating popcorn, looking at Kylo Ren the whole time.
No.
Just 2 hours of that. I would watch that. I would pay $200 million just to sit down and watch Snoke eat popcorn. Andy Serkis, if you're watching this, I highly doubt you're not though. But if you ever watch this, definitely make that movie. Definitely make that movie. Even if you have to do the CGI yourself, make it.
No, that just reminded me of something that didn't remind me. Just give me an idea of who could, just as a what-if scenario.
Yeah.
What if Peter Jackson made the Star Wars movies?
That would be interesting because, I mean...
He made Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, they're all... Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit have... All of the movies have actually been quite... done well with both critics and fans. Well, not... they haven't gone entirely as good as other movies, but they've done better than other movies. Incredible Bulk. So they have done better than many movies. So if he did that, I think Star Wars would probably... The prequels would have been quite good. But, I doubt he would have been able to do the prequels because he was busy with Lord of the Rings, and that took all of the movies together took an entire year to film.
Yeah.
So, that would have been interesting if they just delayed them for a little bit and, did that. That would have been interesting.
Because Peter Jackson does his stuff well, at least Lord of the Rings wise.
Yeah. He hasn't really... What has he done after Lord of the Rings? He hasn't barely done anything.
No, he did Hobbit.
Well, yeah, but, nothing other than that. Well, he probably has done stuff other than that, but, nothing good. Or, now that I say, he's probably done the, best movies of the last couple years or something like that. Which, and then that'd just be terrible if he's done that. I highly doubt he has, though. Well, he's done the, what he's done in the last couple of years. No, he's done the Adventures of... he's doing... After the battle... He's doing the 2 Tintin films. He's going to produce them after The Hobbit. Other than that, nothing. He hasn't done much, actually. At all.
I'm just looking through.
Yeah, he's...
Oh, is he making a Halo film?
What?
Oh, I'm just looking through his little thing.
That would be interesting. Because, there was the... Have you seen the Halo movie? I don't know. Until Dawn... Halo...
Forward Unto Dawn.
Yeah, Forward... Yeah. No, it wasn't that. Nightfall. Halo Nightfall. That's what it was called.
No, I have not.
It's... I don't know how to put this into a way that doesn't sound like I completely hate it. It was alright. It was different. I'll put it like that. It wasn't extremely bad. It had some aspects that were good, I guess.
To be honest, you didn't like it, did you?
No, I didn't really like Halo Nightfall. Not really, no. Well, I mean, a Halo movie, I could see them doing it. I could see them doing that well. But the CGI even in Halo Nightfall wasn't even. It was alright, not that good though. I mean, better than the Scooby Doo movie. That CGI looks like it's just drawn by hand and put in, honestly. Which is pretty sad, actually.
Alright, we're getting a bit off topic, so what's next in the list?
Yeah, it's true. We've gone a lot off topic. The future of Marvel, or the MCU, what story arcs and stuff. Well, we can't really talk much about Spider-Man because that's gone back to Sony after the next Spider-Man Homecoming sequel.
Oh, really? I don't want Sony to have it again.
Yeah, I know.
They ruined Amazing Spider-Man 2.
I hope Marvel gets back the Fantastic Four, so they still have hope for them. But well, if they can keep Spider-Man, and if they give Sony back, then Sony makes another movie, and that gets backlash, Sony might just say, "No, don't do it, please," and then just give it back to Marvel. I would like to see the Sinister Six play out inside the MCU. Not you, Sony. Don't you make it. You can produce it all you want, but just don't make it. Let Kevin Feige heavily produce it. Just not you.
Yes, just don't.
It's pretty much just don't do anything. World War Hulk, I'd like to see. Well, after Sakaar, if they had Thor Ragnarok, and then they had before Avengers Infinity War had another Iron Man movie or something like that, or Captain America or whatever, or I don't know. I doubt they'd do this for Black Panther, Ant-Man, or Avengers Infinity War next year. But I'd like to see World War Hulk. Like he comes back from Sakaar and he's just, why did you leave me? Actually, technically he left himself in the MCU, but like absolutely or gets like mind controlled or something, or gets told by someone. Well, I'd like to see his son come into play, which is Scar, which he has with the Queen of Sakaar after he kills the Red King or defeats him.
I don't think a World War Hulk movie would really work because, like I've been told before, a simple step would like destroy like entire states pretty much.
Yeah, it's true. They could have done something like that for Civil War though, something to do with the Hulk. That means it could have.
That means they would have to like find an enemy that's like around his level to face him.
Yeah, that's true.
Like God.
Yeah, that's true. Well, the only
God is Sentry, but you kind of want to give Sentry his own movie.
Yeah, Sentry definitely deserves his own movie. Sentry is amazing. Is an amazing character. He definitely deserves his own movie. I'd like to see Abomination come back into the movies as well.
Squirrel Girl?
No, Squirrel Girl does not deserve an ABC. ABC, do not make a Squirrel Girl movie. Do not make it.
Make a comedy movie of Squirrel Girl.
No, don't even do that.
Yes.
No, do what she actually is supposed to be. A nanny for Luke Cage and Jessica Jones. Do that.
No, make a real movie based on the unbeatable Squirrel Girl.
No. No, I mean, so they have to get the rights to Galactus. I mean, they could just kill Thanos. At the end of Infinity War, she just shows up and she just annihilates Thanos. That'd be sort of fun. That'd be entertaining to watch.
Alternate ending.
Yeah, alternate ending to Avengers Infinity War. Well, there's the new Black Panther posters got released to the MCU as well, which is it's terribly photoshopped. If you type up this Black Panther poster on the internet and you see it will come up, they've just CGI'd or photoshopped is the correct word, Chadwick Boseman's face onto it, which is just it looks really bad. They should have done it a proper way. The overall background and what it looks like though is very cool, but other than that, it's just a bit cringy.
Oh, Jesus, that's not very good.
Yeah. You gotta make first impressions for the character like that. You know, 10 hours ago, it's supposed to be 10 hours ago, we've got the king of Wakanda sitting there on his throne with the light shining, the costume and everything looks amazing. Then you just look at his face. Just why? Why would you do that? Just why? But the Black Panther movie looks really, really good so far.
Hopefully it does well. I don't know much about the characters, so that'd be good for me.
Yeah, Black Panther's probably one of my favourite Marvel characters. Well, he's definitely in my top 10. Definitely in my top 10. But, there's another poster for Black Panther. Obviously, I don't know if it's on canon or not. I think it's on just on, Deviant Art. But, it's of Black Panther, like, clawing through the jungle. You can see, like, his face and his claw, like, pushes it brush aside. If that becomes an actual poster, that would be amazing. That is good marketing right there. But that poster that we've got looks terrible. It looks absolutely terrible. The Photoshop is just why. It could have been such a good poster, and they just ruined it with the terrible Photoshop. I would like to see the Happy Birthday storyline for Spider-Man as well in the MCU if they ever do it.
Well, assuming that they are allowed to do it and Sony doesn't get it back.
Yeah, well, they could just do it for a Doctor Strange movie because it's more of a Doctor Strange story arc, if anything. And just switch out Spider-Man for another character. Probably Iron Man or something that could work, and then just he goes through and defeats all these villains he has in the movies. Or Captain America, I think it might work better. Yeah, Captain America. Then when he like comes back to the real world, he can see Peggy Carter or something standing there. Because that's what when he comes back to the world, he sees Uncle Ben. And he's like, Uncle Ben, you're alive. But then it's actually not. It's just an hallucination. He's just like, what was that? What has Doctor Strange done to me? But I hope they get Wolverine back as well. At least Wolverine. They can keep Fox and keeps the X-Men because they're doing a quite good job of that until they run themselves into the ground. Sony. But I just want Wolverine back in the MCU. So does Kevin Feige and stuff as well. Because they could do a lot with the character. Because I haven't seen Logan yet. I'm going to watch it today though. They've pretty much wrapped it up for Wolverine. They can't really do much for him anymore. Hugh Jackman's last appearance is that Fox can't really recast him, because some of that stuff is already in continuity and stuff for the present X-Men timeline, so they can't really recast him. But if they give him back to Marvel, Hugh Jackman said he would stay and play as Wolverine if it was the rights were at Marvel. So I mean, they could still get him to play that. But oh hi Jamestown, they could. But if they get Hugh Jackman, if they get Wolverine back at Marvel, they can really turn the tides for Wolverine, and definitely make more good movies for Wolverine for the MCU.
Well, yeah, of course.
Yeah. What's another character? I'd like the Fantastic Four to be back as well.
Assuming that, well, Fantastic Four is always a touchy topic because they're treated very well.
Yeah, it's true. Now the live stream's not offline. It's just probably I'll just try and fix the audio for you. That should have fixed the audio. Yeah. I'll just try. Okay. Now the live stream's not offline. Gemstone. Good Gemstone. Pat. Not actually Pat. That's just weird. But anyway, the Fantastic Four just needs to go back to Marvel at least. For a short time, or just they need to make at least one Marvel movie for Fantastic Four movie for the MCU just to fix it, because the human
one or a decent one, by the way. Not like Fantastic.
Yeah, I'd also like them to revisit the World War II times with Captain America, and maybe do a Howling Commandos movie. Like after Captain America died, they can do like a Howling Commandos thing. Because in the comics, Nick Fury has been alive since then because he's taken age pills or something. Marvel being bought by Disney. Yeah, that happened just before the time of just after the time of the Avengers. It's been done for good for some of the things. For some of the things, it hasn't been done for good. So more memorable movies have come from the pre-Disney time. the first Avengers movie, the first Iron Man movie, etc., has been really memorable. But the non-memorable ones, are you up to date with the MCU right now?
Let me see. Logan's not part of the MCU, is it?
No, it's not part of the MCU.
Alright, apart from Guardians of the Galaxy 2, no. I mean, yes, I am. Apart from Guardians of the Galaxy 2, yes, I am up to date.
Well, that happens in 2014, so technically, you don't really need to watch that to be up to date. But unless they play with it again in Infinity War and future things, but
They ruined the Marvel franchise with Iron Man. The first Iron Man movie was very, very good.
yeah, well, they ruined the Marvel comics with that. I'll heavily agree with you with that. Oh, you mean like the comics as in what they did with Iron Man with Ironheart? Switched him out, so now he's dead, and he's the Jarvis for Ironheart, and now she is a teenager that wears the Iron Man costume. That's not Iron Man. That is a rip-off of Iron Man that they're just doing for the Civil War second storyline. I'm sorry, they need to reboot now. Don't wait for Infinity War Part 2. Switch it instantly. Now. Reboot now, Marvel. Now. Mini rant. Obama out. Drop the mic.
So, Jamson, what do you mean, like, ruined the Marvel franchise? Do you mean as in, like, Marvel as a whole? Just movies, just comics? Like, could you elaborate on that?
I'm assuming, it's the MCU influence on the comics or something like that. But oh yeah, by the storyline for the movies or the comics though. Movies, yeah, well, that's sort of true. Yeah, actually, I agree with that, especially with the 10 rings in the they can't really do the Mandarin because China doesn't want them to put a Chinese villain into the thing, so they've ruined the story. They've ruined this. Yeah, they have. I actually agree with you with that a lot because they can't do further Iron Man any for. Mel Gibson wants to make Iron Man 4. That will probably fix it. Mel Gibson's a good director. But they can't.
Marvel never make 4 movies, though. It's like if Valve tried to make a third game, it just doesn't happen.
Yeah, that's true. But Robert Downey Jr. joked he wanted to make Iron Man 4 only if his friend Mel Gibson did, and then Mel Gibson said last year that he's going to he wants to make Iron Man 4. So that's sort of then Robert Downey Jr. is probably just sitting in the one of his about 3 homes or whatever, however many homes he has, and he's just sitting there, just like seems legit or something like that. But so I hope he does though. Well, this is probably gonna more lead into the DC stuff, but it's sort of then leading into the topic of Mel Gibson said Batman vs Superman is a piece of shit, but and then early this year he said he announced he's going to direct Suicide Squad 2. What? I mean, make up your mind, Mel. Are you going to do this or are you going to not? You know, well, he's a good director. It's going to be good for the DCEU and for the MCU if he does do Iron Man 4, which is definitely going to be good for both franchises. Wonder Woman's pretty much fixed the DCEU though, because it's got extreme commercial hits for Marvel and DC. I think it's topped. It got 105 million on its opening day. That's not opening weekend. That's just the opening day. So
that kind of worries me though. I just realized that kind of worries me because
yeah.
I can't say anything because I haven't watched the movie, but the fact that the DCEU had to be fixed after only the 4th movie, that's not good.
Yeah, it's true. Injustice movie. Oh yes, that would be good. But I loved the first Injustice game, and I loved the second game as well. Besides the Red Hood glitch with the gun reloading, so he puts the magazine into the gun, then he flicks the hammer at the back of the gun, and it makes the sound effect about 1 second after he does the flick of the hammer at the back, which is annoying, to say the most, because it's just why.
Injustice movie, I can't say anything about Injustice 2, but Injustice 1 was a pretty good game.
The only problem I have with that is especially for I don't know, people that are either 5, 6 or something like that, they might get confused with this storyline, like why is Superman evil or something like that. So that might be a bit confusing for them and stuff. So they could
based on the prequel comics, like the comics set before Injustice games.
yeah they could do that. Or maybe with just the nuking of Metropolis, I could see that happening, but maybe Superman going evil might be a bit too far, especially for the younger audience. Might be a bit confusing for them. Like, I mean, like the really, really young audience that haven't played the Injustice games or not allowed to play the Injustice games.
I'm more talking about, like, I think these movies are mainly made for, like it's obviously made for the comic fans, but I think their main goal is for the general audience that have never read a comic in their life. So the point is that if you're right, it would be confusing for them if Superman was just randomly evil.
Yeah. So, this is also going to lead to the fact that, they could do an alternate universe for it. So, if they set up the multiverse now and do it, well, if the DC continues following down the track, they were going to go really dark and stuff and make the movies really dark. They're going lighter. Wonder Woman, I wouldn't say is very light because of the gas warfare and stuff that's used in that, and it's set in World War One. So I wouldn't really say that's bright and all happy and stuff. But
I don't think any of the DC movies are really lighthearted.
Well, Justice League is the closest we've got to it from the trailers. How he just says, James Gordon just says, it's nice to see you working with others again, and then Aquaman says, dresses like a bat, I dig it. And he says, might be temporary. They're heading to the lighter side. They've got Batman's little cheeky quips and stuff that he says with cracking like a small smile from just back to instantly brooding posture that he's always in, which I think is done extremely well. Ben Affleck's done it very well in the role. Like, he suits Batman a lot. He's comic accurate as well, which I'm happy about.
Oh, that actually reminds me of a question I wanted to ask you.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on the direction of them making Superman movies into a more darker style when compared to the original Superman, which were more lighthearted?
Well, one of the reasons the New 52 was so dark is because of Superman. The story, because Superman's origin got rewritten in 2010 or 2008, I think it was, where he was really. They did this in Man of Steel. They touched on it. You know how he hides in the small cleaning closet and he has the X-ray vision spaz out.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what that whole comic was based on. Like, him struggling as a young child with the powers and stuff. So I don't mind it. I would like a bit more happiness in the movies, though, a bit like that. I do like delving into the psychology and stuff of superheroes and stuff, though. It is fascinating. But I would like a bit more happier style, especially for Superman. Batman, I get it. Wonder Woman needs to have a balance. Green Lantern needs to have a balance. Flash can be bright and happy and stuff.
Flash has to be lighthearted. You can't have a dark... Like, you can have dark bits in a Flash movie, but it has to be lighthearted.
Oh, the main Flash comic in year 1, issue 13 or something for Injustice, that is actually really, really sad for the Flash. So, this guy, he gets superpowers. They're in Melbourne for a, go Australia, home. Go Australia. Australia's amazing. And then Superman, this guy steps out and he's just like, stop, this is oppression and stuff, and he gets superpowers and he's like that. And Superman and Wonder Woman beat him up, and Flash said, it took about 5 seconds for them to stop, and I could have stopped them 10 times in that period, but I didn't. And then he goes to the start, and then Batman hacks into the comics again after he got locked out by Cyborg, and tells him to Canberra, the Science Institute there, and then he does that, and then he walks into the room of the guy that just died from Superman. Well, he didn't die, but he got paralyzed and he'll die in hospital later. But then and he sees a picture of him standing with this young boy. The Flash is standing with this young boy, and it sort of messes him up a bit because he just stood by and watched his possibly greatest fan of this guy's the greatest fan of the Justice League in the world, and then he just stood by while he just got beaten down by his heroes, I guess. So it's, Flash isn't all that happy and lighthearted.
Yeah.
which is
Gemstone. My favorite Superman is the Russian one. What's yours?
in Soviet Russia. The Russian.
I cannot comment on that because the only Superman I've really watched is the newest one, Henry Cavill in the DCEU. So I can't really comment on that.
I mean, my favorite interpretation is Henry Cavill of him. That's my favorite live action interpretation. Voice interpretation, the one from the Justice League 2001-2002 TV series. I loved that show. That was a really good show. But as we're going to go to the comic versions, probably. Oh, okay. This is sort of confusing. Probably just the base Superman in the Rebirth right now. Well, in the New 52, he said that he was scared to fight Martian Manhunter, you know. That's probably why I like him. But Superman's probably the Rebirth one's probably my favorite. The one from Rebirth, which is the one in the comics right now, is probably my favorite from the comics.
Bizarro.
Bizarro Superman for the win, you know. Bizarro Superman is the best character. If you don't know who Bizarro Flash is, type him up on Google Images. It is the best thing. Max speed 2 inches an hour.
It's like great. Superman, like comic wise, I haven't read too many Superman comics. I just kind of like. To me, most of the time, Superman is just, you know, apart from like certain universes like Injustice, Superman is just Superman. He's just supposed to be that role model that everyone looks up to. He's the star in the sky that everyone like looks up to. He's like your protector. That's all I see Superman as, apart from some universes like Injustice.
Yeah, well, I'd like to see a more expansion of the Hush storyline.
Nah, mate, Zombie Superman is the best. He can't even do much, only just eat brains.
Yes, Zombie Superman is a good character. Then this is reminding me of Headpool from the alternate Marvel universe where everyone's a zombie, and Headpool, just a floating head with one of those propeller caps that just floats around. It's the best character of all. I'd like to see the Hush storyline in the DCEU, probably for like the third Batman movie, because that means you can build up to that big climax, and it's just like bam. Maybe switch out a few characters, because the Riddler was the main mastermind behind that. Hush was that the Riddler was the bigger mastermind, already knew everything that was happening and stuff like that. But then that means we can have characters. We've already got Killer Croc, Harley Quinn. We're going to get Catwoman and Poison Ivy with Gotham City Sirens, David Ayer's next movie. So we're going to get a lot of these characters. So the Hush storyline could definitely work. Casting for Hush, though, that would be interesting. Okay.
Someone who just looks like I'm assuming that you're saying Ben Affleck would be Batman for.
Yes, Headpool did meet up with Deadpool in a story arc. Yes, he did. Okay, Hush Batman actors. I'm gonna type this up to see if anyone has actually got anything.
So,
okay, this could
might as well ask just to make the chat go a bit. Gemstone, what are your thoughts on the currently 4 DCEU movies? Just to be curious. So, what are your thoughts on Man of Steel, Batman vs Superman, Suicide Squad, and Wonder Woman? Yeah, just while Yelling Swagging searches up some things.
There's Bryan Cranston could be a alright choice for Hush. Hugh Jackman, I could see doing it as well. Probably, I could see Hugh Jackman could definitely make a good Hush character. But or Bryan Cranston could do it as well.
The guy who played Hannibal Lecter.
What's his name?
If he's still alive.
Yeah, he is. He plays Odin in the DCEU, MCU. What was his name? Oh, this is annoying me that I don't know why I'm going to say Daniel Radcliffe, but that's definitely not him. Anthony Hopkins, that's his name. Yeah, I can see him playing. Yeah, Rupert Grint would actually be alright as well. He's sort of got that red hair for him as well. I'd like to see an Earth 2 DCEU movie though, with Jeffrey Dean Morgan as Batman, because he's already in the DCEU, but Injustice 2 DLC. Oh, okay, why is Hush Batman with band-aids all over his body? So his real name is Tommy Elliot. In this storyline, so Tommy Elliot and Tommy Elliot was Bruce Wayne's only friend at childhood, and then when Bruce Wayne went to train in Japan and Middle East and everything for his martial arts with the League of Assassins and other different martial arts cults. I'm just gonna call them cults, but for now, Tommy Elliot then became he's the best surgeon because of Thomas Wayne. So he wanted to go in the steps of his Batman's dad to become the best surgeon in the world, and so he does that, and then he comes back and he wraps his face up in bandages because that means it's sort of messing with his head. He doesn't know who he is because of the bandages. It's not going to give away facial features or anything, but it's also not going to because otherwise it would be too distinctive for him. But it's also going to be good for what's his name? Him to still have that surgeon look about him, so he can still. So he's a surgeon, so he needs to have that surgeon look about him and everything. And later on in the thing, he does plastic surgery on his face to look more like Bruce Wayne, which we see in the Arkham Knight games. So that's why he's.
Well, yeah, it's the Arkham games in general.
Yeah. Which is sort of really messed up. Not as messed up as the Joker's daughter, and the Joker cuts his own face off. That is really messed up.
Well, speaking of the Arkham games, that was a topic that we had down, wasn't it?
Oh yeah. Next major game after the Arkhamverse, or they can go into the Arkhamverse and just a different superhero other than Batman. No, not including in the Injustice verse. We're not going to include that.
Well, first off, it has to be developed by Rocksteady because Rocksteady, aside from maybe a few muck-ups, Rocksteady were a very good developer for the Arkham series.
Yeah.
I can't say anything for Arkham Asylum, but Arkham City was a brilliant game.
Yeah.
Arkham Origins was developed by Warner Brothers Montreal.
Yeah.
And, that's different. And the only real slip-up I've had that I've heard about, so I haven't played the game, but the only slip-up I've heard of is, Arkham Knight. Apparently that was disappointing to lots of people. But apart from that, they're pretty good with their games. Yeah,
that's true. Well, I'd like to see Green Arrow. That could heavily work, and has been hinted at in Arkham Origins and everything. There's actually a thing I want to talk about Green Arrow really quickly. The original script for Suicide Squad, the original concept was going to be Green Arrow gets locked in prison, and then Green Arrow has to fight his way out of all these superpowered villains and stuff. That would have been an amazing movie, right there. But we got Suicide Squad instead. I like Suicide Squad though. It's just my personal opinion. But yeah, Green Arrow movie, Green Arrow game series. I can see that happening. Flash game series. I could probably see that happening.
Racing game.
Not as much as a racing, but like a game sort of like that. You can like the Arkham games, taking like open world and stuff. And if you hold right trigger or B or square or something like that, you can go ultra fast or something, like travel across the city, like really like slow down time and stuff. I can see that working. A Wonder Woman game I could see working as well.
Yeah, maybe I could actually see her maybe in a hack and slash game.
Yeah, because yeah, that can actually work really well actually. Jamstone, do you have any opinions on what superhero we could from DC, or it can be from no, we'll cover the Marvel side in a second, but just from DC that we can really make a good game out of or something like that.
Well, you can't really do Superman at this point because Superman's too overpowered. You can't do it. The only way you could do it is if you had a boss battle against Doomsday, and that's really it. Or maybe Darkseid. Yeah.
Well, on the Marvel side of things, we can't really do too much games because then people are going to be like, is this a part in canon with the MCU? It's not, okay? Spider-Man PS4, that's not in continuity. The Avengers game that's coming out next year, that's not in continuity. Done.
Spider-Man PlayStation 2 was great.
Yeah, but I think Marvel should just do some games, not much, but just do a couple minor games for it, or just really big major games every couple of years or so.
Squirrel Girl game?
No.
Yes.
No. Why do you love Squirrel Girl so much?
Which is a great character.
Squirrel Girl is not a great character.
Yes, she is.
Guys,
She
please.
Squirrel
Girl is a terrible character. Why?
I could see it. Well, actually, they already did that, technically. Yeah, I was going to say a Deadpool video game, but they did one.
Yeah.
Maybe an open world Deadpool game.
That would be cool. That would be cool. Talking about games, what do you think about the Injustice 2 DLC? And who do you want as DLC? You can type up Injustice 2 DLC slots, because there's in the game. I reckon the ones that are confirmed, we've got Red Hood. Okay, let's just. I need to look at a character list for it. Well, it's got extremely good reviews. 9 out of 10 on GameSpot, 9 out of 10 out of trusted reviews. That's good. That's the first time looking at this, but
So the one's confirmed.
Red Hood, Starfire, and Sub-Zero.
Oh, Raiden, Black Manta. Oh no, never mind. They're not confirmed.
Yeah, they're not 100% confirmed anyway, but yeah.
Darkseid doesn't count, so I'll just skip him.
Yeah, we can just skip over that. But I could see lots of good things happening for the DLC. You can probably get quite a lot of... too many guest characters. The only guest character I'd be inclined to put in is maybe Hellboy. But I don't want Spawn in the game. I want him in Mortal Kombat, like the brutal fatalities. That would be cool. That would be really cool for Spawn. But other than that, not really. So, I've got the DLC characters up now. I think we've got... it's pretty safe to say that we've got... most likely, we've probably got... We've definitely got Sub-Zero, Starfire, and Red Hood. We know that. Raiden and Black Manta, they're pretty obvious. Unless Raiden is a reskin of another character, which I could see happening. But, and also, the Atom's pretty much confirmed as well. So,
Can these be guest characters? I reckon could be in the DLC as well.
Oh, yeah.
I reckon that, possibly, like, Sub-Zero's already confirmed, but, I think some maybe other Mortal Kombat characters as well, like Raiden, like, is obviously speculation.
Yeah.
But there are other ones you could have in it as well.
Yeah.
Like, maybe Liu Kang. Johnny Cage could, definitely.
Johnny Cage could probably be a skin for one of the fighters. I could suppose him as being a skin for Batman or something like that.
Johnny Cage skin for Batman?
Well, the moveset is pretty similar. As for the cape parry, they can just, I don't know, puts his leg up or something like that and nut punches them or something like that. I could see that working, but, yeah.
Maybe Rorschach?
Rorschach would be interesting, but Alan Moore is a bit... Don't use my characters, because it's... I don't know why. Just don't use them. The speculation... John Constantine, I couldn't really see him working in a fighting game. If they do get him to work, I would be happy, because John Constantine is an amazing character. But,
The presence?
Well, Black Manta's pretty much confirmed, because the model for the stage transition with Black Manta is extremely detailed. More detailed than any AI character I've seen in a game before, which is quite impressive, and with the shirt light there as well, which then leads me to believe that he's his transition. Why can't all character transitions can be, or just some of them? So Killer Croc could be that big bulky character there. I could definitely see that happening, but Beast Boy, I don't know if Beast Boy would be alright or not. I guess he would be okay in some senses, but in other senses it would just be a bit weird to have Beast Boy in it, because, I mean, we've pretty much got characters you can substitute for him. So Cheetah and everything like that. You pretty much just I don't know. I don't really want Beast Boy in the game. Like he'd be all right. I'd be happy if we got him in the game, but I don't know.
Oh, the Presence could be a character.
The Presence would be an amazing character. As soon as you're on the get on, it's just the move is called Death, and that's the only move he has. You just swipe your hand in front of you, and he just dies instantly. Done.
Cannot be harmed.
Yeah. That would be amazing.
Manhunter, they could bring him back, maybe.
NetherRealm doesn't like repeating DLC.
Oh, never mind then.
Yeah, but other than that, I could definitely see it working. Martian Manhunter, because Martian Manhunter is a really, really good character. I really like Martian Manhunter. He's a good character. Good character.
Yeah, that's really all I've got my opinions on for that DLC. So
yeah.
Anything else left?
The Venom movie.
Venom.
Yeah.
What was Spider-Man?
The first movie in the Sony rebooted franchise. They're doing it. Coming out 2018. If you go on the IMDb page, there's a couple things confirmed about it. Not much though. We've got Todd McFarlane's writing it. What? That's surprising, but Tom Hardy's going to play as Eddie Brock, which I'm reasonably happy about. That, but I guess they could have maybe chose a bit of a he can play Venom, not Eddie Brock, because they need a bit of a I don't know. No, I think Tom Hardy would be okay as Venom. Tom Hardy's going to be okay as Venom, but the Venom movie it's going to be with a horror rating. For a villain, as a horror character, I can see that working, but as a hero for the horror character, I don't know how that's going to work.
Venom is always it's hard to explain, because if they messed up Venom, then that's really, really bad. Because they're planning to do like a Spider-Man thing. Venom is like one of Spider-Man's best villains ever made.
Yeah, he's definitely one of my favorite Batman Spider-Man villains. Sorry, not definitely not Batman, but yeah, they definitely should do that. And then they I don't know why I started so much then. They could also reboot Hellboy and Spawn as well. Image Comics could, because if Todd McFarlane does write the script well for Venom, then this could give him incentive to work on a Spawn movie like that. And there's also a fan film that came out 2 or 3 years ago. That Spawn is amazing. I'll try and find the name of it. But it's really, really good. If you haven't watched it, you should definitely go watch it. If we could get a Spawn movie like that, imagine how amazing that would be. That would be really, really cool to have something like that. And Hellboy's rumoured to reprise his role and stuff and be a part of it. But I don't know if he will actually come back for it. I mean, he could. It'd be cool to see him definitely do that. But I don't think he would do that at all. But if he does, that would be good. But if he doesn't, that would be bad. But yeah, I definitely want to reboot Hellboy and both Spawn as well.
I don't know what to say though, like about the Venom movie. I kind of want to wait till it's more like
information.
More about it confirmed, if it makes sense.
It's in pre-production now, so the script's done and everything. They haven't confirmed any more characters and stuff. Well, Deadpool 2, that's another topic I was just it popped into my head just then. Deadpool 2, we've got Josh Brolin as Cable. I don't really know how I feel about that, because Josh Brolin as Cable, he's playing Thanos in the MCU. That's good enough, you know. It's sort of just spitting in fans' faces that we can't get any characters like this back, not for a long, long time in the MCU. Which is a bit annoying. They could have casted someone else. But, I mean, that's okay, I guess, if they wanted to do that. Well, it's coming out next year as well. I completely forgot about that. Well, we've got Negasonic Teenage Warheads coming back. Domino is going to be in it. Do you know who Domino is?
Egyptians understood.
He's a good character. Really good character. But, Domino's basically someone that has telekinesis. So, if she shoots a bullet, she practically never misses her target because of the telekinesis she has controlling her bullets. Yeah, it's a good character like that. Really, the Deadpool 2 sequel, I really hope it does well, but I'm worried about it because they should have waited until 2019 just to make it extremely good. But if it does do well, I'll be happy. But if it doesn't do well, I wouldn't be that surprised at the same time. What do you hope for the Deadpool 2 sequel?
I'm not sure. Maybe. Well, I really liked the first Deadpool.
Yeah.
Just see how they could continue it.
Sequels are always hard in this sense.
Yeah. Well, some people think that the guy, the trailer, how that guy gets murdered while Deadpool's getting
Yeah,
sued on.
that's Uncle Ben.
Yeah, that's Uncle Ben.
I doubt that's the truth, though.
Yeah. Perhaps they could, what's it called? Well, that's kind of hard to do, because Deadpool doesn't really have a really single villain, does he?
Not really. He more has a lot. Well, I mean, his arch nemesis, he doesn't really have a base arch nemesis like other characters do, such as Captain America's is Red Sky, is Hydra, like that. But he doesn't really have a main arch nemesis, enemy, or anything like that. No, so it's a bit confusing.
Maybe they could do Taskmaster.
That would be good. I really want Taskmaster in a movie. I don't know who owns the rights to him though. If it's, I'll just quickly Google it. Who owns the rights to Taskmaster? But Taskmaster is definitely an amazing character. He's a really good character. He really is. But okay, I think Taskmaster film rights allegedly have reverted back to Marvel. Marvel owns the rights to Taskmaster.
Oh, so they can't do Taskmaster.
No. But if the MCU can do something with him, that'd be good as well, because Taskmaster's a really cool character.
I just found out Deadpool does have an actual villain, like an actual arch enemy.
Which one is it?
Ray.
I wouldn't classify him as the main villain for Deadpool, but okay.
Apparently he is.
Yeah, fair enough, I guess.
You know who T-Ray is?
Yeah.
Apparently he's Deadpool's main villain.
Yeah.
On to Google, at least. Maybe they could do him.
Yeah, I can see that working.
I'm not sure. It's hard to say because, again, much like the Venom movie, we should wait until it gets closer to being out.
Yeah, definitely.
Alright, so anything else left on the list?
No, nothing left to talk about. Do you have anything more you want to talk about?
Yeah, maybe just a quick. Did we say in the last podcast what we thought of the DCEU, like the movies themselves?
Yes, and Thor Ragnarok.
Oh yes, Thor Ragnarok.
I completely forgot about that. Yeah, DCEU. I liked the movies. Man of Steel, I liked. Batman vs Superman, most of it I liked, and Suicide Squad I liked. So I've liked the DCEU so far, which is probably not a popular opinion among most people, but anyway.
So I've only watched half the DCEU, so
Yeah.
I can't see anything on Suicide Squad or Wonder Woman. But Man of Steel, I thought was a decent movie. I think one of its problems was that it might just be a problem with me, but I personally found Zod to be more entertaining and a better written character than Superman in that movie. Like,
Yeah.
I wanted Zod to win, pretty much.
Yeah, that's true.
And Batman vs Superman I just found incredibly disappointing than anything else, because its main problem was that it tried to tie too many movies into one thing. Like, it should have just been Batman vs Superman. It shouldn't have tried to be Death of Superman or a solo Batman film or Wonder Woman. Just Batman vs Superman. That's what it should have been.
Yeah. Well, it had great aspects into it, but I haven't seen Wonder Woman yet, so that'd be interesting when I do, because it looks really, really good. It does. It looks really good. So I hope it does do well. And Thor Ragnarok. It looks good. The first trailer's good.
I actually haven't seen the trailers of them yet.
At the very ending, you see the Hulk, and as soon as that happened, as soon as I saw the welcoming the Incredible, I was like, oh my god! I was like a 3-year-old on Christmas. Oh, it was amazing. Yes, one of my favorite story arcs of all time in comics is finally coming true. This is amazing.
I don't know how to feel about it, honestly. Thor 1 was good, but I can't remember anything about Thor 2, so... Either way...
Yeah, I hope it does do well, though.
I hope it does too. I don't want any movie to... Well, that's a lie. There are movies that I hope do bad.
Yeah.
Emoji movie.
The Emoji Movie's a good movie.
It's not even out.
The Emoji Movie looks like an amazing movie.
No.
We'll probably talk about a topic of the Emoji Movie once we see it or something like that, but we're not going to talk about it straight away. But
I refuse to see it.
Okay, I'll watch it when it comes out on DVD, just because I don't really want to watch it in cinemas or anything like that.
I refused to watch Ghostbusters 2016, and I think I refused to watch this. So yeah.
Ghostbusters 2016 was alright. It was alright.
No.
But anyway, that's going to wrap up this podcast. I'd like to thank you all for watching. Make sure to drop a like, comment, and subscribe once this is finished processing the live stream. And with that said, I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.
Good one.